Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're going to be back again with the H-135. Today we're going to look at installing the GTN750 Avionics suite. Okay, so we're going to get that set up. This is a first time experience. I've never done it before, so you guys are going to walk right through it with me. Obviously I'll be blocking out things like license keys and things like that, but the big thing to understand about the GTN750 right now is that it is in a beta release, which means at the moment the developer is offering it for free. Now, that is going to change. It's very clear by their goal that they intend to make this a payware product, which means now is actually the best time for you to grab it. A lot of people really stray away from betas and early development products because of, obviously bugs and issues and things like that. However, when it's a free project like this is a really great time for you to experience it and decide, hey, is this something that I'm going to want to purchase, rather than having to rely on YouTube videos later on or reviews, or just, firing off a credit card number at the seat of your pants and hoping that you like the product, right? So stick with me, guys. We're going to get this thing installed, then we're going to launch the aircraft and see what it looks like and test out some of the features. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, so jumping straight into it here, we're going to go to our H-135 installation directory. Okay, this is the actual aircraft media that's downloaded from the website. We're going to come down here, we're going to go to Tools, and then we're going to take a look at this GTN750 text. They've actually created a text document on how to do this. Let me bring this on over here, and here's what it looks like. So install H-135 as normal, and then go here. So let's do that. We're going to copy this link. I'm going to get a browser over here and paste and go. Okay, let me turn some of this off here. All right, so GTN750 Basic, add premium functionality to the basic product, see more. GTN750 activation key, activation license for the 750. Let's check out what the premium is going to look like. Well, here, let's look at see more first. Get the minimum feature for flying your flight plan. Version number, transponder, comm, nav, add, flight planning, procedures, direct to OBS, nearest waypoints, download, installation instructions. All right, so let's check out what the difference in the premium is. Come on. Oh, we're waiting. Sorry, I was being impatient. All right. And so now we have add premium functionality. Map waypoint selection, waypoint elevation data, navgraph charts. Cool. Traffic page, terrain page, weather radar, flight plan review, flight plan cumulative distance, flight plan import, flight plan catalog, load and save, textual MEDAR, and VCALC utility. I'm not sure what that one is yet. We'll have to take a look at that. All right, so let's go with download. We want to download this one first. All right, so there's the premium. Now I'm going to go back to the text. There are 3 items on this page. The first 2 are zip files you need to place in the community folder alongside the H-135. Okay, that's easy. The third is a checkout for $0 so that you get a license key. The license key is very long. Once you have all 3 folders, start the simulator. Okay, so let's take a look. So for this next section, I'm going to go to here, get the activation key, so see more. And we're going to go free, add to cart. Okay, activate license for premium version. Purchasing the activation key implies you have checked the basic package. It works fine in your environment. We're just going to go free to add. This is a test regardless. And we're going to go to checkout. Okay, and activation key. So for this part, you guys can see what we're going to do from here. It is $0. Okay, there's no charge here. So I'm going to enter in all this information, and then I'll come right back to you guys. Okay, so real quick. The previous page was the checkout page, and it's a little misleading, but it actually makes a little bit more sense now. So the first thing you're going to want to do is going to ask you, for your account information. Create the account, then log in. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, remember me. Yep, have it saved. All right, and now we're going to go through this process. So let's try that again. Boop, boop. And yes, I'll subscribe. And I'm going to cancel it here for a minute. All right, coming back to this page for a second, looks like we actually do need the base version as well. I should have kept reading, but the document does tell us that. Come on. There we go. We'll download this one as well. Okay. All right, so that should be, I have everything that I need now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my downloads folder. Let me pull up another window here. And you can see here, here's the two files. So there's the base. So we're just going to extract. 7-zip extract. Okay, so now we have them here. And let me just see how they're titled. So, or structured. So that works out fine. And so now at this point, what I'm going to do is actually put this in my mods directory. And we'll put this in the systems folder. And I'm going to throw the base in there. That was the right one, right? Yep, okay. And let's find the premium. Double checking the contents. Yep. Throw that one in there. Okay. And now we're ready to start the simulator. So I will see you guys in just a moment. Okay. One last step I wanted to add. If you're like me and you're using a mods directory, obviously I need to install it. I actually just launched the sim without actually activating it. So I'm going to my add-ons linker, putting them both in, close it. Now I'm starting the simulator. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so we are now in the simulator, so let's go ahead and check this out. All right, so jumping in here, we're obviously going to need some electrical power, so let's get that rolling here. I'm not going to worry about starting it, I hope. But let's see here. I should turn some position and any collision lights on. Turn the EPU on. Okay. So the first instruction says, from here, make sure we hit the home screen and go to Open GTN750. So the screen's going to go black. Boom, and there it is. All right, and let's see here. Once in the H1 go, yep. Click home, click open screen. The screen will go dark, and then the GTN750 will appear. Go to System. Oh, yep. Here we go. And let's see here. Go to Setup. And go to Activate License. And enter license. Okay. So obviously for this portion, guys, I will, I'm going to enter in my key and then I'll be back with you guys. But we have to type it, the entire key in here manually. So, yay! Okay, so the license is now entered. Basically, I typed the whole license string out. It is a long license key. Then I hit Activate License. It took about 3 to 10 seconds, give or take. And then it popped up and said License Active. You hit OK, and then you can come back to the main screen here. All right, no departure airport, no arrival airport. That's fine. I'll check those messages. All right, and then the next thing it says is it is recommended that after we activate the license that we restart the aircraft, meaning that we go back to the main menu, basically the world map, and then reload back in. So I'm going to do that now, and I'll be back with you guys in just a second. All right, so we are back in the aircraft, and this time I've moved us back closer to home. That way I know the area. I don't know why that got reset. And the reason I did that was so that way we could effectively demonstrate the the flight planning. I know the area. It'll be easy for me to create a flight plan. I want to be able to show that off and see what the navigation and everything looks like. So let's get her started up. This time we're going to go full startup. And let's just do an right alt and click and bring that screen up. I think that'll be a lot easier for everyone to enjoy the scenery while we keep an eye on the engine. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we want to hit home. Everywhere I click, I swear. Too many clicky. Let me bring this in. There we go. That should work, hopefully. All right. And let's go to open GTN750. We have to do that each flight. That is a requirement. The screen will go black and then it should come up to us. Okay. All right. So now we can start taking a peek. First, let's see what the message is. No departure airport, no arrival airport. There will be. And let's start just going through the menus. So here we have our map. Oh, we're in idle. There we go. Oh! Pan mode. Oh, nice. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Telling you, man. Too many clicky clickies. Too many clicky clickies, guys. Okay. Anyway. There's not really too many clicky clickies. It's just very inconvenient with what I'm currently trying to do. Alright, well look at that. So we are at Ryan. We're at Ryan Field in Arizona. Just outside of Tucson. That's very nice. That is very nice. I like this a lot. Alright, so... Oh, we got another one. Alright, so now let's do this. Give me a second. We'll come back to this. Let's finish getting the aircraft started. Cycle that collective. Make sure it's actually down. Let's come up top. Primer's off. Landing light on. And FADEC. And we are live. And we can go ahead and turn the pitot heats on as well. Alright. Now let's bring this guy back up. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side for a minute. Hey, you didn't get me breakfast again. Get out of my cockpit. Thank you. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So right off the bat, just by the layout, I think this thing will be awesome if you have an iPad or something that's set up as another display for your computer. I think this is going to be real cool, or a touch screen of some sort. This is going to be fantastic. Like, I want to order a touchscreen. I need to find a good touchscreen. If you guys know of any good touchscreens, they don't have to be all fancy or anything, just a working touchscreen, you know, decent size, you know, 5x7, something like that, you know, or larger, just not too big. Let me know. Put a link down in the description. I would really be interested in. I don't mind building my own frame for it. I literally just want the screen and want it to be plug and play. Anyway, moving on, because this is a really neat layout. So let's go back. And it looks like we can change the CDI, so that changed it over to the FMS. Oh, and I opened the door, but we have our bearing. Alright, and let's come back. Traffic. So this is just our traffic map. Makes sense. Pretty simple. We'll come back. Terrain. Again, pretty self-explanatory. I'm just seeing how everything works. Oh, that's nice. It gives you a nice scale. 500 feet, 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet for green. Although, now we don't have anything. Did I turn it off? Huh. I wonder why we're not getting anything now. We were a second ago. Maybe I'm moving too quick. Weather. You can turn the weather radar on. What are you doing, man? You have horizontal scan and vertical scan. I like that a lot. As a lot of them do. So it's got a lot of the similar features, man. You just don't want to go away, do you? Like, there is literally nowhere I can hold this thing where I'm not turning something on. And keeping it in the recording. Charts. So let's look at KRYNN. Oops. Nope, that's not right. Ryan Field. Yep, there we go. Press enter. Cool. Very cool. And it gives you on. Now, I will tell you guys real quick. I already set up the integration with Navigraph on this. That I already did do. So this is my second time doing this portion of the recording. My sim crashed, and it had nothing to do with actually the simulator itself this time. I had a third-party application running in the background that pegged something that I didn't want it to peg. But let me show you guys how to do this real quick. So you go to Settings, Setup, Charts, and then you're going to hit connect Navigraph, and make sure you read this very carefully. I don't agree with this portion. I don't like the way this is done. So when you hit connect Navigraph, it's going to bring up a QR code. And you see you can need your phone, mobile phone, or a tablet with a QR code reader. Now, if you've never used one of these before, I have an Android, so you should have an app on your phone if you have an Android called the Play Store. I think it's called the Apple Store with iPhones, but Play Store for Google, and you'll just look up QR scanner, and it's a little green icon. You download it, and it'll ask for permission to use your camera. Tell it yes, and then you'll open the app, and you'll have a rectangular box that is using your camera. Everything else will be grayed out except for this rectangular area. And what you'll do is hold your phone or camera, whatever you're using, up to your monitor, and until you see the code within that clear box, and then it'll launch Navigraph, and you'll have to type in your login information and then activate it. And the reason why I don't like the way that's done is there are plenty of people that even I know that, believe it or not, to this day don't use or aren't particularly handy with smartphones, things like that. So forcing them to get another app and do something like that, I don't really like. I think we should try to go more with the working title method in this particular section, where you have a button, you click it, it opens up a web browser, you log in and authenticate. I really think you guys, if this makes it to the developers' ears, I really think you guys should look into something like that. I think that would be far more user-friendly than a QR code reader. And I'm just thinking about those, again, who aren't either tech-savvy or maybe don't have a smartphone, etc. Okay? Just thought I'd, because otherwise you're limiting who can use this app, and therefore you're going to limit your sales base, in my opinion. You know, if you have a customer who wants to use this, but they don't have any way to get a QR code reader, you know, I feel like you're limiting someone. But anyway, just my thoughts. So anyway, that's how you would do that. Let's go back and let's keep poking around. Okay, and then let's see here. Weather radar, we already went through. Flight plan. So let's enter in a flight plan. Let's just start walking through some of this. All right, so that took a second to load, but we're going to go set origin. And again, we are at KRYN, Ryan Field. I'm going to hit enter. And let's just do a quick hop over to KTUS, Tucson. Okay. And maybe add a waypoint. Let's say we want to go to the Gila Bend waypoint. Okay, there we go. 290 nautical miles. All right, so we're going to go to Gila Bend, then we're going to come back around to Tucson. Shouldn't be too bad. Kind of a fun little flight, right? All right, so we got that. Procedures, we're not going to worry about departure and arrival. I mean, for a helicopter? I guess maybe. Departure, we're definitely not going to... Oh, we got an Allman 1 departure. Huh. Alright, well, transition. No transition. Sure, load the departure. Why not? Let's just see what the whole thing looks like, guys. Alright, and then let's go back. Oops, go back to procedures again. Let's go to our arrival. And let's see here. For Tucson, which one do we want to use? We got the Dingo 5. See, we're not going to go all the way out there, though. We're not going to use a star. Let's not use a star. That's going to take us too far out. But the departure is probably going to take us too far out. But what we can do is select our runway. Oh, maybe not. So let's go to approach then. The approach we will use. Let's come in on 1-1 left. And let's use the tech. And let's hit load approach. Cool. Alright, so not too shabby. There we go. Alright, so let's see what else we got. So we have a nearest selection. So we have airports, intersections, VORs. Let's click the VORs. Let's give it a second. I'm sure it's got to load. There are VORs nearby. Heck, I think there's one here. It looks like Tucson's the closest one. Wow, so we can just select it. You get your frequency information, distance information. Okay, that's pretty cool. 116. What happens when we click it? It sets it to the standby. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I like this. Okay, so we've got that loaded, and we've got the Tucson VOR that we can, in case we want to divert or ditch our flight plan. I don't know what these ones are. FSS, ARTC, user waypoint, that we obviously know. NDBs we know. I don't know what a VRP is. We'll have to look at that. Waypoint information, services. position reports, music. So you can see some of the stuff that's coming. SMS text, phone, contacts. I'm really interested to see what this is going to be. This could add some cool features. And I do want to remind everyone that right now this is a beta. It is completely free to use at this moment, so I highly suggest you download it and give it a shot. It will be a payware. It's very clear that's where the developers are heading, so keep that in mind. Now is your time to start experimenting with it as new releases are available. Let's go to the utilities. VNav. Target altitude 3,000 feet. Altitude type MSL. 500 feet per minute climb. Offset 1 nautical mile. Before, choose your target waypoint. Let's see here. Very cool. Any display messages? Nope. Alright. So it says that set that up. And let's turn our transponder on. Well, we're just using VFR. We don't need altitude reporting today. Okay. And I think we've walked through everything that there is to walk through at this moment. So let's see what it's like flying with it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move this off screen for now. Well, let's go back to our map first. So here's our route, sort of what we're going to be taking here. So I am going to move that off screen for the moment. You guys can sort of see it down there. And we have a door open. Which one did I open? Get out of my cockpit. You didn't bring me breakfast. Goodness. Shut the door behind her and everything. I wish you could put this on a different screen. I don't like that it's restricted to this lower MFD here. I'd like to see it be up on one of these, or even on this one would be a lot nicer. Anyone who is a developer might consider making that an option. I think that would be very, very helpful. That way you're not looking down as much. I'm not using my head tracker today, which is part of my own fault, but it's alright. So my flying may not be perfect, but let's see what we got. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the EFB that we just discussed in the last video. There we go, and it is active. Alright, so we are now airborne. Let's turn our nav mode on. Let's engage the autopilot. Should we just set at the current altitude? Now, let's try something. So, if we click in the map, we can go direct to, and we have the TUS VOR already set. Oops. Let's go back. And let's just hit activate. Seems like it's working just fine. Very cool. Alright, well, let's go ahead and close this window here. I'm going to disengage my autopilot. I'm going to take control of my bird here. Oops, get my camera put back together here. And we're going to come back around. And let's just have some fun flying the helicopter. Checking out version 0.93 here. Let's see how she flies. Now I know what you guys probably already know, I should say, what I'm gonna say. It flies absolutely beautiful. It feels good on the controls. It's getting smoother and smoother with each release. Yet having enough realism that just makes an absolute joy to fly. The work on the rudder pedals for the anti-torque rotor is just getting smoother and smoother, so much more realistic, feels good. I love the flight model. Again, there was a slight change to torque and power in this last release, but this aircraft is fast, it's functional, it's got tons of features in it now, whether it be doors or cosmetics that you're looking for, features or third-party integration, now charts and navigation aids. This aircraft is just becoming more and more enjoyable to fly. I truly hope that you guys have enjoyed these videos. I'm going to keep making them for the H-135. And then the GTN750 I'm very, very impressed with. I can't wait to see what the final release looks like. I will tell you that, remind you guys that it also does work with the Just Flight Aero, and I would assume that's probably going to be available for other aircraft as future development comes on, if I were to take a bet. But just keep that in mind as well. I'm kind of hoping that it becomes something available in like the Embraer 110 with their little tablet. I think that would be a cool integration, but who knows. But anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments, as always, leave them down in the fields below. Let me know what your experience is like with this mod. And if I missed anything that you feel is critical that I should bring up, I'll be happy to mention it in another video. I'm going to be doing a full flight with the H-135 soon. We're actually going to take it somewhere and maybe simulate some sort of activity, you know, a search and rescue or something. I thought that'd be kind of fun. I'm just trying to figure out how to put all those pieces together to make it as enjoyable as possible. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.